Hello and welcome to the podcast with no name. That's right, we don't got a name, and I'm the host with no name. Coming in with my co-host who has a name, Jeff Davis. What up, Jeff?
What's up? It's Jeff the Dirt Man.
Jeff the Dirt. Oh, you know, we were talking about that yesterday. Or the other day. I was thinking instead of being the Sixler, I should be. I think I want to be Skeeter. So it's Skeeter and the Dirt Man.
Skeeter and the Dirt Man coming at you hot in the drive time, feeling the pinch at the pump. Welcome to That Happens, everybody, where the happenings are that. They are exactly that. Welcome, Happuccinos, Happalations, Hapadoodle-dooties. We got Kevin Day sitting in an empty house because he's moving, and so he's apparently he's been kicked out of his house. This is like an odd couple situation where except he doesn't have a roommate. He's just.
I heard he sold the house, but now he's trying to invoke squatters' rights, which is a really complicated maneuver. We'll see if it works out for him.
Well, that explains his zigzag arrow tattoo that says "squat or rot." That's on his lower back. It's not quite a tramp stamp. It's an unfinished back piece. Yeah. Hey,
Well, Jeff.
Are we sponsored by Charmin? Because I don't know how many people are watching this versus just listening to it. But Spencer and the art department has just put a big 12-pack of Mega Charmin soft, extra soft.
You know what? I'm so sick of you guys talking about the paper towels in the background. And I was like, you know what? It's time to display toilet paper instead.
Yeah. I'm down to my last roll. I was promised toilet paper by a friend of mine, Dave Duarte, who works on. He's a set decorator on TV shows, and he boasted that he has like a full pallet of Charmin Extra Soft, or maybe Strong. I don't know. And he was going to give me some rolls, but so I'm down to the. I'm down to the magic beans. It's getting close, everybody.
Oh no, yeah. I was on my last roll, and then I was like, I'm gonna go to a Rite Aid, get some more, and so I did it. It was good stuff. I got them there.
That's one of those. Some people are. We've all been through phases of being up in the chips and down in the chips. Like you've got extra money, you've got low money. Don't scrimp on the toilet paper. When you're walking down the toilet paper aisle and you're looking and trying to save $1 or $2 on a pack of toilet paper, get the good stuff. You got to treat your butt right. Get the Cadillac, get the Lexus, get the Subaru Outback even of toilet paper.
I got two thoughts on that, Jeff. One is that the cheap stuff, it seems to last forever. So like I used to live with my old roommate Jackson, and one day he accidentally, and I didn't know it was accidental. I thought he was trying to save money. He got like the cheap shitty toilet paper, and it took like months for us to get through it, because I guess it's just because it's so thin they can get more on a roll there or something. I was so mad. I finally like confronted him about it. I was like, I'll just spring for the better toilet paper. If it's like a money thing, I can cover it, man. And he was like, nah, I just fucked up. I bought the wrong stuff. My other thought is that, sometimes, and this isn't like a yes, all women situation, but sometimes the more expensive, nicer toilet paper disintegrates in a woman's vagina, Jeff. And so they sometimes prefer the cheaper stuff because for whatever reason, it just holds together there. I've heard this from multiple women unprompted. And I'm like, I just asked how your day was. Like, what are you talking about? But so that's an interesting thing because, in my experience, it disintegrates pretty easily and it doesn't hold together. But in a vaginal context.
When you get the Charmin Extra Soft, that's upper rent. That's top shelf stuff. I don't know about your restroom, your gents, your ladies. Sunbeams come right through at like dusk, or like around like 5 o'clock. I get a nice sunset light through my window, and the expensive stuff, it's so linty. There's just toilet paper dust in the air. That's probably not good.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of stuff you get in your cooch.
Yeah, or your snooch. Exactly. I tried. I think I'm going to go back to it. I tried bamboo-based toilet paper, which I think sounds more sustainable because bamboo grows like grass because it is a grass, and it wasn't too bad, and I think I might go back to the bamboo because I don't like the really linty stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of toilet situations,
we're going to talk about wiping butts for a little while.
I do have one more thing about butts is that I had a kidney stone and they gave me, and so now I'm at a low in my life. I'm pissing into a funnel. I'm if I go somewhere that could take me a while and I might have to go to the bathroom while I'm out, I got to take this piss funnel, put it into like a plastic bag and take it with me on the go. It's a right mess. I had to take a dump today and I was like out, and so I like ran home. I go to the bathroom. I'm like I gotta shit, but when you shit, you piss. Normally, that's just what comes out. And I'm like, I can't. How do I angle this funnel? I'm trying to like, I'm grabbing my dick and pinching it hard so I'm not peeing while I'm shitting, right? But I can feel some pee leaking out. It's just not coming out of my dick. And so then I just loosen my grip the tiniest bit. All of a sudden, I'm pissing on my hand. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I have to reach into the bathtub, turn on the bathtub to wash off my hand. I gotta grab my funnel, wedge that in there while I'm still shitting. I gotta piss in this funnel while I'm shitting. It's a whole. I'm like, I gotta make better life choices.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. So, what's the worst case scenario? That you accidentally pass a kidney stone and you don't catch it in the funnel?
Yeah, I want to catch this thing. I got to present it to my doctor as some sort of ritualistic trophy or something.
All right, for his necklace.
Yeah.
About that. Yeah. It's
but I don't know.
Prey.
I'm sure I passed it. There was these 2 times where I peed like 2 a.m. when I was half asleep. I like woke up, went to the bathroom, and I'm sure I passed it then. So like now this is all just, agonizing over nothing. And I've been thinking about going to the water park, but it's like, what if I have to pee at the water park? I gotta bring my funnel to the water park, put it in a locker.
Just let it happen. I bet at the water park, if you really go down to the deep end, there's just a lot of kidney stones just laying down there towards the edge of the drain.
Oh, it's a Pebble Beach.
I had a dream. I just woke up from a nap. If I look as sleepy as I feel, I just woke up from a weird afternoon nap. And during sound check, which I think we should just start recording because our pre-show chat with Kevin is always pretty delightful. Mm-hmm. But Spencer was talking about Pepsi Max, or what do you got? Pepsi.
I got
Zero?
Pepsi Blue, Jeff. Pepsi Blue is back from my childhood. Back when we had internet cafes, I would go to the internet cafe with a big old 1 liter of Pepsi Blue and just shoot bitches and Counter-Strike, just the sounds of my youth.
Shoot bitches in Counter-Strike. I'm assuming Counter-Strike is a first-person shooter sort of game. You weren't actually shooting bitches.
No, it's like a domestic abuse simulator.
Isn't that called Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah. No, it is. It's like a terrorist counter-terrorist kind of shoot 'em up or first-person shooter game. Yeah.
What's Proops' old joke? I was playing. I had to stop playing Grand Theft Auto because the rape button kept getting stuck.
Why is he pressing that? That's you don't have to press that button.
Why is there a rape button? I mean, hey. I'm talking to you, Sony PlayStation. Yeah, so I had a dream just now because you were talking about Pepsi Blue, which sounds again it's Pepsi, but it's blue. Hold the bottle up for me again.
Yeah, it's Pepsi, but it's blue. Originally, it was just kind of like a blue kind of like blue raspberry kind of like almost like a Gatorade or something kind of beverage where it's just random fruit berry flavors. But now it's berry flavored cola. It's got cola notes, which I will say don't really mesh well with like a blue raspberry flavor. Like cherry kind of works with cola, like you got a cherry cola, that's fine. But like a blueberry cola, I don't know about this.
No. I had a dream that I had a roommate, which so it already qualifies, I think, as a nightmare. I haven't had a roommate in quite a long time, and I'm also I was a bad roommate. You don't want to live with me. You're going to be taking the trash out because I'll leave it there. But I had a dream that I had a roommate, and he had a fridge full of 7-Up and I opened up a 7-Up. I think when you dream about drinking things, it means you took a nap thirsty. So I opened up the 7-Up and drank it, and then he walked in on me drinking his 7-Up, and I felt really bad, and I apologized. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go to the store and get a bunch of 7-Up. It's like, I love 7-Up. I never ever think about buying it, but I should have a little 6-pack of 7-Up bottles in the fridge at all times, I think.
It's a nice mixer. Do you remember DNL? It was like 7-Up upside down is like DNL, like the letters. It kind of like makes the so there. It was also called 7 Upside Down, but I think it was carbonated 7-Up, and it tasted a bit more like Mountain Dew. It was cool. I enjoyed it. It was probably back in the Pepsi Blue days.
Did you ever watch the 7-Up documentaries, the 7 and Up series, the English?
No.
Oh, you got to watch that, man.
What is it? What?
It's what year did those start, Kevin? 60s?
It's got to be sometime in the 60s, yeah.
I think the 60s. It was a documentary that was kind of like a class, like sociological experiment of they took 7-year-olds and met them all, some working class, some middle class, and some posh upper class kids. And every 7 years, they would re-meet these kids as they got older until, I think, with the last one, the creator of it just died a few years ago, right? And but all the way up until they were like in their 50s, 60s, and watching them grow up, and it's really fascinating. And back in the day, you had to wait 7 years to watch the next episode. So it was kind of like the first reality show, except you had to wait 7 years for the next show. And there's one little kid that wanted to be a jockey. He ends up being a cab driver. And there's one posh kid that you want to kill, but he ends up being okay. And there's one kid that you fall in love with, and he ends up going he has like mental illness problems. If you haven't seen the 7 and Up series, you must do it. It's very good, and you get to watch them all at one go and not wait 7 years for them. I don't know if they're still making them.
Yeah, I wonder where they are, where you can watch them.
I don't know.
Last one came out in 2019.
Whoa!
So we're a few years away from the next one after that.
Okay, so I haven't seen that one, so I have one more to watch. They're very good. Kevin was saying that for those of you that have been watching the Schwab Home Video feed before our show, that they were showing on the Channel 101 thing, like classic Channel 101 stuff, laser fart. And Kevin had informed me that when what were you saying, Kevin, about like typing my name into Google or whatever?
Yes. So every week I have to update our IMDb page for the show, and when I type in Jeff Davis, it pops up this little thing that kind of asks me, "Hey, do you mean Teen Wolf Jeff Davis or the Jeff Davis from Laser Fart?" Every time.
Yeah, I've gone on auditions, and they will have IMDb'd me, and they go, "Oh, so Jeff, tell me about being on Broadway." I was like, "Well, that was when I was 9 and 10 years old." Oh, and what's laser fart? So I have to have that conversation quite a bit. So for those of you that know it or don't know it or care or don't care, I'm going to tell the story anyway. It was early days of Channel 101, and it might have been like, I don't know, in the first few months of Channel 101, when we were still holding the screenings at Thai Food on, what was it, Vine? I forget what street that was on. Highland? Whatever it was. And we had low submissions. There weren't a lot of new submissions, so we were trying to fill it out. And Harmon called me and Schwab and said, "Hey, I'm writing a new show. Come over and just." I was like, "What should I wear?" And he goes, "I haven't even written it yet. Just wear what you're wearing." And so I showed up in like a blue button-down shirt and camouflage pants. Those are my paintball pants, I believe. So that was kind of my lazy day around the house pants. And for some reason, I wore glasses. I like spectacles, not sunglasses, and which I don't wear. I think I just had like a pair of prop glasses or something like that. And Dan wrote Laser Fart episode 1 in like a few minutes, like a half hour, I think. And we went over there and did it. And it's I think it's the only place you can see my naked ass on camera. It was very, very fun. and it was in Dan's old crap apartment on Commonwealth. So I don't know if it's episode 2 or 3. If you don't know Laser Fart, Dan eats a microwave out of a malfunctioning microwave, a microwave burrito out of a malfunctioning microwave, and he farts lasers, and he has to come to a decision: does he use his power for good or for evil? And then his girlfriend Dawn Cody gets raped and murdered by Rob, and he decides he's basically like Batman, but he farts lasers. So I forget which number episode it was, but Jack Black was a guest star, and he played the something hunter. What was it? Kevin?
Elegant Hunter.
The elegant. I was going to say the foxy hunter, but it was the elegant hunter. And we get into a fight in a hotel room, or was this Computer Man? I think it was Laser Fart. I don't know. Whether or not, whatever it was, here was the beauty of Channel 101 back in those days, because this is Jack Black, like after School of Rock had just come out, and like he's famous, and we were shooting a scene with me, Steve Agee, and Jack Black in the Sportsman's Lodge hotel, which is if you're not from LA, it's up in the valley, and it's kind of weird. I think they've renovated it a lot, so it's kind of groovier now. But it just seems like a place where like old white guys go and talk about golf and probably have sex with prostitutes. So we ordered room service, like because we'd been shooting for a while, and the room service guy comes in, and it's me, Steve Agee, and Jack Black in our underwear, doing kung fu with each other, and it really looked like. And there's cameras, and some bad lighting, and the room service guy gave us a look of just disappointment. It's like we were clearly making porn, but porn that nobody wants. The very first Computer Man episode, Jack came and there's a scene at the end where he's walking up the street, and I was running the camera, and it was famous as Jack Black in his tighty whities with a computer monitor on his head, walking up the street, and I was like, people driving by don't know that's Jack Black, but I wish they did. Was it Laser Fart, the Halloween episode? Yeah, the Halloween episode. We shot at Dave Hartman's house. And Dave Hartman, the great animator, who was on after us, I believe. I drove Jack up to Dave Hartman's place, which I think was like in Simi Valley. So, like about 40-minute drive from where I live. And I scooped up Jack, and so we were driving up my crappy old Honda, and we were supposed to do a scene. It was a flashback where we were in Vietnam together. So we decided that we needed to get cigarettes and baby oil so that we could look sweaty, we're in Vietnam, and we needed cigarettes to look like joints because we'd be getting high like in a scene from Platoon, and rhythm and blues, like soul music is playing, and we're all sweated up. So we go to the checkout counter. We check out with a 12-pack of beer, a pack of cigarettes, and baby oil. And the woman at the register at the supermarket looks up and she goes, "You're Jack Black." And he was like, "Oh, yeah." So and she was like, you guys, you got a big night coming up, apparently." All right, enough about that.
Now it's time. Jeff's going to have some Fernet Bronco while we get a word from our sponsors. Hey there, my name is Jimmy John. I hunted a dude, and now I make a sandwich. Come on down to my sandwiches, or I'll hunt a dude. I don't know.
I think I'm wearing Jimmy John undershirt right now. Is it Jimmy John, the kind of like micro modal like undershirt thing? I think I have a Jimmy John on. I've never eaten sadly or happily as a vegetarian at Jimmy John's. Are they good? The Jimmy John's?
They got good bread, but I wouldn't like. I don't know. I feel like they're technically a step up of Subway, but it's like, I just eat at Subway. Like, I mean, they're not, I don't know. It's not like so much better that it really warrants. I mean, like whatever one's closer to you, but.
You know what I miss? I used to like Togo's. Is Togo's gone?
I think it still exists, but there's way, way less than there used to be.
Yeah. I used to go when I was a real little boy. My older half-sister, I have 3 half-sisters. I have 4 half-siblings. that are all around 20 years older than me, 20 to 25 years older than me, from my parents' first marriages. And Pam, my youngest older half-sister, who's about, I think she's 18 years older than I, we would go to Togo's. I would get a tuna sandwich. And there was video games there. And
what?
one of the video games, like there was like a Centipede. I think there was a Galaga. And if I ever can find it, I want to get this game, like the full-on arcade stand-up, Big Daddy arcade game. It was a Journey video game, the band Journey, and it was
Kevin, look this up.
It was set in like outer space, and one level, like you're the guitarist, and you would shoot lasers out of the guitar, like you had a jetpack on, and you would shoot like kind of a side-scrolling thing. There was one where you're the drummer, but you're bouncing on drums, kind of like an upward cubert, and it would play like "Don't Stop Believing," and it was so good. It was so awesomely 1980. And I want that fucking game. Oh, also there was, what was it, Gorf? There was like 4 games in one. They had Gorf too. That was awesome. But I really do want, just I guess for the sentimental factor, can anybody verify that I didn't make this up? That the fucking Journey video game was real good.
Yeah, no, that was from Midway Games, and I worked at Midway. Yeah, that's a real game.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck?
So did you ever play it, Kevin?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had one of the arcade games. I sold it, but I had one. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Kevin, you're like the most interesting man in the world. I don't really know you all that well.
What the fuck is going on?
But every time I get a new piece of information about you, you are an international man of mystery.
I don't buy into the simulation theory, but Kevin makes me second guess that. What did you do any like choreography, like mocap for fucking Mortal Kombat?
No, I was more the programmer side of things.
Okay. I was about to be so pissed.
A lot of people don't know this, but he was one of the baby dragons in Game of Thrones. He was one of the original, like kind of animation models for that.
He inspired the Bobby Moynihan sketch on SNL.
That was beautiful.
Actually, for one season, he was Bobby Moynihan on SNL.
It was all CG.
What's the word? Where is Bobby Moynihan? Is he still with us? Is he making movies? Like he was hot shit for a while, and then where did our Bobby go?
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm not trying to assassinate him. I'm just saying, like why?
Well, he's not with us. He's not here. What else does with us mean?
I mean, like he's where's the? I just don't see him making shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And for that matter, I'm trying to think if I ever liked Bobby Moynihan on the show. I didn't hate him. I don't have. I guess I just don't have strong feelings about Bobby Moynihan.
I'd agree, but I hate SNL, so not a good character. What do you think? Pepsi Blue tastes good with Fernet Branca? This is something I've been pondering.
Okay, well, Kevin's gonna have to send me a bottle. I'm not fucking going to the store for that stuff. Where do you get Pepsi Blue? Just any old 7-Eleven has it, or what?
It's like Mountain Dew Major Melon, where you have to go find like which 7-Eleven has it. I went to 3 7-Elevens before I found it.
So I'm assuming, Spencer, that you have the app where you can track your Pepsi Blue locations.
Yeah, I have an extra one if you want it. It's not that good, so I don't know that I need it.
And also, it's just too blue. There's the old George Carlin bit about why is there no blue food. I think Pepsi Blue proves the point. Like you don't want blue food.
Yeah, and it has blue dye number 1 and red dye number 40. I think red dye number 40 is definitely bad, right? Is blue 1 bad?
I don't know. It seems like they would all be made of the same stuff. Do you know the difference between... I told that joke in early Harmontown. What's the difference between... I can't even think of it. The red paint and...
It's a good joke. They taste the same or something like that. I don't remember.
I can't even think of it. My brain right now. This nap. So I was out last night. This is kind of a shameful admission. I went out to a bar last night, and just because there was a girl that was coming over to my place for a little illicit assignation.
Heyo.
And she was going to be like a little late, like around she's like, I can meet you like at 11 o'clock. And so it was 10 o'clock, so I went to a bar to have. So I'm going to go have a beer and chill, and you just call me when you're close, and I'll be nearby. So I go there, and I'm wearing the exact same suit that I'm wearing right now because I'm lazy. I mean, I am wearing different undergarments, of course, but same suit from last night. And I go to this bar, and there's this 6'6" Jamaican guy talking to two friends of mine at the bar. So I meet him, and he's really cool. And he mentioned something that I overheard it because he was sitting like two people away from me, but I overheard him say the name Frankie Manning. And I was like,
okay.
Did you just say Frankie Manning? And he goes, yeah. I go, do you know him? And he goes, I met him before he died. I go, I met him once too before he died. Frankie Manning was one of the black kids from Harlem that created basically swing dance. They created the Lindy Hop. He was in Whitey's Lindy Hoppers. And he was awesome. And I got to meet him once and dance in front of him, and I was really embarrassed because, like, this is the dude that made it great, and I'm just this, white kid who was just learning how to do it, so I wasn't very good. And I went up to him and apologized. This is on Hollywood and Vine, or Yucca and Vine, at a Capizio dance store, and I think that's gone now. And I went over to him, Mr. Manning, I'm sorry for butchering your dance. And he goes, sit down. And he must have been well into his 80s. Because I think they did this stuff like in the late 20s or early 30s, and he goes, sit down. He goes, let me tell you something. He goes, you look great. That was very good. He said, but here's the thing. We created this when we were teenagers as a way to get laid back in Harlem. The idea that it's the 90s and white kids in Hollywood are still doing our dance is absolutely insane. And so he gave me this awesome historical perspective on it. It was really cool. And so this cat mentions Frankie Manning. I'm like, are you a dancer? And he showed me a video. He's a kick-ass dancer. It's Kevin. He's a Jamaican stand-up comedian who's also a badass swing dancer. Kevin Bowman? I don't know. So he stands up, and he's well taller than me. He's got at least a couple inches on me. And we start dancing together. And I forget why. Well, reason number one, drunk. Reason number two, he was trying to make a point about a certain kind of move. Like it was either the mess around or the sugar push or the saucy kick or whatever. And I said, if you want to lead, I can follow, because I used to be a swing dance instructor, so I can kind of follow. And so we're dancing, and I look over, and there's these three girls sitting in a booth. And because it's been so long since I've seen new people out, this one girl, absolutely beautiful, pretty young. I would say she wasn't even 30. She'd probably be mid-late 20s, 27 maybe. And they are just applauding and loving it. And I'm trying to lead him, but he can't lead. I'm like, you're a shit lead, I follow. And I was explaining to this girl, or to the whole table, there was a guy and three women. I said, following is harder than leading. Leading is easy. Like, you can think of what you want to do, and then you can do it, and then the follow has to do it. The follow, which is usually the women, they have to be so in the moment and so ready to listen with their hands and just kind of go with the flow. Mm-hmm. It's a way more zen, awesome thing to do, and if you can do it, it's great. And I asked her to dance, and she goes, I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to dance. I said, well, give me your hands. And I pushed her, and she went, and I pulled her, and then she came in. I go, you're a dancer. Like you can already follow. So I'm kind of in love with this girl. She was just... Also, she was 6 foot tall. She stood up, and she was almost my height. It was crazy. And so, drunken me, I go up to the door. There's a piece of pen and a piece of pen. I was having a beef moment. I was having one of my beef moments. And I took a piece of pen and a length of paper, and... I opened up the paper and took a piece of pen, and I wrote my phone number down and went over to her. I wrote Jeff Davis, my phone number, and said, please feel free to throw this in the nearest trash can, but call me if you ever want to talk again. And she didn't look super into it. She didn't look bummed out because I didn't make a big deal out of it. I just said, here, boom, I'm leaving, and I'd already paid, and I walked out the door. So she wasn't on the hook for anything. Let's see, it's 6:07 Pacific Standard Time. Nothing yet. I don't think it's going to happen, everybody. I think I'm past my prime. I think back in the old days, I danced with you and I gave you my number. It was fucking on like Grey Poupon.
And today's the next day?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah, so, I mean, you might give it a day. But no, I agree. You're past your prime. You might as well crawl into a grave.
Fucking, I look at photos of people like... I don't go on Facebook because I fucking hate Facebook.
Sure.
But I don't delete it because Facebook is where you go, and when you've met a girl at the bar last night, you swing danced with her, and you give her your phone number, and she has an unusual name, you type it in just to see. Couldn't find her, so I keep it for that reason. So just in case I need to mildly cyber stalk you, I keep the Facebook.
Sure.
But do you ever do the thing where you turn on your phone and there's a random image of a memory that remember this from 10 years ago?
I get the same one over and over and over, and it's not a super fond memory. It's not like traumatic, but it's like, I don't want to fucking think about this anymore. And it's the only one it ever chooses. It happened in March, and it's always like, there's no anniversary it's celebrating or something. It's like, May, and it's like, hey, remember this? And it's like, yes, shut up. I hate it.
I just see pictures of me where I weighed about 15 pounds less and wearing pants that I can't wear anymore. And looking great, and it was before my nose got broken at the Nick Cave concert. I'm like, oh man, there's like memories, like the shadows of our mind.
I was never attractive, so I guess that's something I got going for me. I don't have to worry about. I mean, I was skinnier. Remember when I lost all that weight? I gained it all back, so that's something. But I didn't feel like super good back then either. So it's not like, oh man, my glory years are over. It's like I never had it.
Your glory years are still ahead of you, is what you're saying.
I mean, I think right now I'm living in my glory years, Jeff, because I just mixed Mountain Dew Major Melon with Pepsi Blue.
Oh, fucking hell.
And you know what? It tastes like old Pepsi Blue, which to me, revelation. This is exactly... I could never have dreamed of something this fortuitous. And there it is. This is my childhood. It looks vaguely purple, but like black. It's like black color.
Can you hold it up to the camera? So
it's in a yellow cup, so let me move the camera. Yeah.
So
you see, it's just kind of like blue black.
No, that looks.
It looks like if you left a pen in the water. It's like it looks like a paintbrush water.
Yes, it looks like a piece of pen. That's just nasty.
It tastes good.
That was more disappointing, and also something about the sad yellow opaque plastic cup makes it even worse.
Oh no, it's glass cup. This cup it has Mega Man on it, and Callie got it for me.
I thought it was one of those plastic yellow cups that Grandma had in the cupboard that always smelled like it never was quite clean.
I'm definitely not above a big plastic cup like that. I just don't have any at this moment.
Right. My neighbor, the awesome animator and groovy guy, John Dusenberry from next door. Also a great name, John Dusenberry. Father of the child that you might hear once in a while shrieking in the background. Oliver is a wonderful child, and he seems to always be on the loose because I'll be having a nap and says, Oliver, no! So like, did I tell you about the dog next door? It's not there anymore. I don't know if the people have moved or the dog died, but the dog was named Satan.
Fuck. Oh, no.
Have I spoken of this before?
No, this is such a sad story already.
I did. I mean, let's just say that they moved, and it took me a few days to realize that there was a dog named Satan, because there was a neighbor from up the street, and then just from about a block away, you'd hear, Satan, 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 come back, get over here, Satan, Satan, come. I think it's great. So I want to have a dog named Grandma or Grandpa. Or just Dad. Dad? Yeah. Dad, get back here.
Well, that's one of the good things about having a cat named Jason is I'm like, God damn it, Jason just shit on the floor again. It's like, what?
I like animals named after food. My friend Mo has a dog named Banjo, which I think is a great name for a dog. That's just he's a little scruffy little fucker. He looks like Nigel. He looks like Dan's Nigel, and his name is Banjo, and I love it.
Banjo's a great dog name.
I also have dreams constantly where I own a dog, but I'm not going to be one of those COVID people that gets so lonely that they buy a dog, and then when work starts happening again, I'm on the road all the time, I have to give the dog away.
Yeah. The people that surrender their pets are really bad, but the people who are like break down and they're like, I need a dog during pandemic are not a lot better. Like, that's still like, you're fucking soft, man. Get a hold of yourself.
You fucking pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting a dog.
Yeah.
I know. I like going and visiting other people's dogs. Like I like also it's like being an uncle. I have no children of my own, but I love being an uncle because I've never had to change a diaper. And the moment my niece starts being a pain in the ass, I leave. It's the best. And so I go visit my friends' dogs, and if they shit and pee, and I don't have, that's not my problem. I just go.
Yeah, and when they're like not behaving well, it's like, well, this isn't amazing, but I'm not the one who's dealing with this, It's like, haha, look at that happen. You'll have to deal with it worse later.
That happens. He said it. You got to drink, everybody.
I just realized that.
So, is your wiener still hurting, Spencer, from the kidney stone, or you think it's gone?
I think it's gone. It basically hasn't hurt since I got back from the hospital. Like, very, very rarely I'll have some little pings and pangs, but it's 99% fine.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what I think we should do? I think we should play a little D&D, because last time we ended our campaign last time in a pretty weird, strange moment. We didn't win any loot. We didn't necessarily win the day, but we certainly gathered a lot of information. And now we're in a cave by the seaside.
Yeah, you're in a little alcove. What?
Well, no, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Well, I wanted to see how the D&D would play out with just one player, and I think it's been a success. But at the same time, I've been thinking, should we add another player? Maybe someone who's in the Zoom already?
Can we do that? Is that functionally an easy thing to do?
I mean, I might have to, pull some strings in the old rules department, but that might be something we can make happen.
Do you mean Kevin Day himself?
I do, yeah. Could what do we think about? I guess I should talk to you about this off air. But what do we think about adding Kevin to the game?
I think Kevin should totally play with us, and I think that the audience would thrill to have Kevin, the international man of intrigue that he is, on our campaign.
He's just like level 30. He's like just punching through.
He's a level 30 ninja warlock.
I don't know what happened. I rolled a level 1 character and it just became level 30.
On my Patreon thing, Storytime with Jeff B. Davis, I've been playing D&D with a few different parties. Right. And one group said, we have to level Boneweevil down because everybody else is like level 2 and 3, and Boneweevil was, I think, level 10 or whatever. Or I forget what he was, but they're like, we have to level you down because if at any moment you turned on one of the party, you could kill everybody. Like if you just decided to, I could just go madhouse. And so what I did was... But
what a story that would be.
I know, like just kill off all their characters. Yeah. So the DM said, think of something really shitty to do to that elk beast wizard. There was like a half man, half elk kind of, centaur kind of thing. Very powerful wizard. Think of something that Boneweevil would do to really piss him off, and he smote me so hard that he knocked me down to level 4. So yeah, I lost all my shit. But I have retained Boots of Mad Hops. But Boots of Mad Hops is the greatest thing that you ever gave me, Spencer. I love it.
Yeah, I'm a genius. Well, I used to be a genius. I think I've lost my touch. Well,
you're past your prime. You're past your prime.
I'm gonna crawl into a grave. I should just keep a coffin on the side of my bed. That could be good. My cat would probably love it, honestly.
Or you could just go full Herman Munster and sleep in the coffin. Or is that Grandpa? Grandpa slept in the coffin.
That seems like a Grandpa thing, yeah.
Yeah, he was the vampire.
Fester slept in a coffin, right? Uncle Fester.
Uncle Fester, where did Uncle Fester sleep? He was in the basement. I don't know. They kept him in a closet in the basement or something like that.
Man, speaking of Uncle Fester, the first Addams Family movie was so weird.
It's great.
Because, like, It's good, but it's just like oh, Fester isn't Fester the whole movie, and then it's like twist he is, and it's like of course he is. What are you talking? Like he was the whole, but it's like that's like the big plot is that he like lost his memory. I don't know. I just thought that was so weird, but it was a good movie. The second one was good too, I think.
What's the one when they go to England? Monsters Go Home.
I don't know.
Where Herman finds out that he's the heir to some British like estate, and I think it's Terry Thomas is in it, and they try to scare. Their plan is, oh, these Americans are coming. Let's pretend this is a haunted house, and we'll scare the fuck out of them, and they won't want any part of it. So they get there, and it's all haunted. And guess what? They love it. It's in color too. It's actually in color, which is weird to see. Like Herman be green, because in the black and white TV show they always referred to him as being green, but he was in black and white. My mom used to work at the bank at Universal Studios when she was young, when Munsters was being made, and Ed Gwynn, Herman Munster, would come in and cash his checks every week in the full makeup because it was too hard to take on and off. I think that's pretty cool.
That's wild, man. I guess it would have been really hard.
Yeah, writing. I've been trying to write stuff, try to put a book of stories together, and been writing about my mom, and I was talking to Pam of the Togo's Journey video game tuna sandwich story, and I'm learning so much stuff about my mom that I had no idea about, because she died when I was 13. Here's a fun little tidbit, everybody. I thought my dad was her second husband, fourth. Her fourth husband. Never knew that. Yeah, she was awesome. She has a great story about playing poker with Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra dealing. Awesome shit.
That's crazy. Yeah, my mom's marriage to my dad was, I think, her second marriage. It might have been her third, but I'm pretty sure it was the second. Which is weird. It's like, what? You existed before I was born? I didn't sign off on this.
Okay, I'm going to read you my scant notes from last time.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know if we'll roll characters, Kevin's character behind the scenes or on the next episode or whatever.
Let's do it right now.
Do you want to do it right now? I can do it right now.
I say why postpone the inevitably fun.
No, I'll do it. I'm fine with it. That's cool with me.
Kevin, do you know what kind of character you'd like to play? What race and class?
No, what would be a good compliment to your character?
I don't worry about that. I can, we got Big Copper, and we got, other NPCs can show up to fill up the gaps. So, I mean, if that's really your deepest desire is to be the perfect compliment, that's fine. But I would just, go with your heart.
Follow your heart, Kevin.
Pulling up, because he's a rogue. So, like, a lot of things compliment a rogue. Basically everything else that's not roguelike is a good counter to a rogue.
Have you played before, Kevin? You must have played D&D in your life.
I honestly have not. I've always wanted to, but I grew up like in a really small town where there were just no other nerds near me. So I had all the books, I had everything, but just no one to play with.
Oh,
yeah,
that's very sad. Well, do you want to be like a magic user, a fighter? Do you want to be like a
let me run through the classes real quick, and then you can say what you usually do, because I want to hear that too. But no, you say what do you usually do?
Usually in online role playing games, stuff like that, I go for some kind of magic user.
Yeah, me too. Whenever I play anything, because it's like I'm all about what's the most fantastical thing. Like, I don't want my pathetic life, so it's like I want to be like an alien that shoots like lasers out of his face or something, But okay, so the classes are barbarian, bard, cleric, druid, fighter, monk, paladin, ranger, rogue, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. And I could give detail on those, but if you play video games or are familiar with them, you get a sense of what most of these ideas are.
Yeah, I mean, usually I would go for something like a sorcerer or a wizard.
So sorcerers and wizards are pretty similar, except sorcerers don't have to prepare their spells. You just know what spells you can know, and then you cast them whenever. Whereas wizards, every morning, they have to go like, oh, I think I might use jump and web today, or I'm feeling like magic missile or something like that. So it's easier to play a sorcerer, but they both have pros and cons.
I feel like for this, Sorcerer would be a lot easier to play than.
All right. Sorcerer. Then we got, usually they want you to choose race first, but I always like choosing class first just because, that's what's actually happening.
Everybody drink. Everybody drink. That counts. That's what's actually happening.
So the races then that are in the player's handbook, at least, if you have any, idea for a race that's not in the player's handbook, we can figure it out. But are dwarf, elf, halfling, human, dragonborn, gnome, half elf, half orc, and tiefling. And I can give details on those ones as well.
Do you have any suggestions?
No. Or if there's another fantasy race you want to, like Jeff's a fucking cat man. The big copper's a robot. So like, if there's any, any concept, we can find a race that'll fit it. But I don't know.
I'm kind of thinking elf.
Okay. Elf would definitely be a good sorcerer. Go ahead. What were you saying?
What special abilities does an elf have?
You're sexy and tall.
Looking this up. They're sexy and tall. They have level 3 sexiness. Let's see. Elves are good in dexterity and intelligence or wisdom. So I guess those dexterity's good, but
we could use that because I have no wisdom. So the wisdom would be a good counterpoint to my dummy ass.
All right then. Let's go for elf then.
Do you want to be a high elf or a wood elf, or I guess a dark elf?
Yeah, you can be a high elf. I'm gonna roll 4 20s.
Can you briefly sum up the difference between them for me?
A high elf is like Legolas, they're kind of these refined, they live in these crazy towers. A dark elf they're typically, and this has become problematic in recent years, but they're typically an evil race that lives underground. They have like obsidian colored skin and pale white eyes and hair. Their society is also like kinky. It's like an S&M society. And then there's wood elves, which are kind of like more wild hunters who live, the elves in the Hobbit movie, like when he goes into the Elf King, those would be wood elves compared to high elves, which are like Legolas, yeah. So you got like nature, you got like haughty, and then you got like underground.
I'm thinking high elf.
All right.
Yeah. I kind of want to hang out with a fancy elf sorcerer.
That's definitely good.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't speak for all of the Happuccinos out there, but I'm very excited about this. I think it's a very good idea, Spencer, to bring Kevin along for the ride here.
You're fucking furious. You're just simmering. You're like, this is about me. No, I hear you. Okay. I think it's good. Now, as a sorcerer, you get a sorceress origin, which there are different kinds. I think this is my favorite part of D&D is character generation. I love this part. Yeah, a lot of people just make characters and then they don't end up playing with any of them. But it's fun, people find it fun. So sorceress origins are wizards practice magic, like they study it, right? Whereas sorcerers have magic in their blood. And the magic in their blood comes from their bloodline. So the sorceress origin is like what sort of magical creature is in your bloodline that you can trace back to an ancestor. So there's the draconic bloodline. There's the wild magic bloodline. There is other bloodlines that I gotta look up. Phil. Phil.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sam Elliott from Fernet Branca. You ever have a craving for something that tastes like shoe polish but gets you stoned? Come away from flavor country.
All right. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Somebody on either Discord or some sort of social platform said, Jeff, I think you actually hate Fernet Branca because every time I drink it, I look miserable. The answer is yes, I do hate it, but I love it. It's a love-hate situation, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. No, it's alcohol be like that sometimes. Okay. So, awkward transition. So then there's also Aberrant Mind, which your kind of magical origin is kind of like Lovecraft horror, like Eldritch horrors. There's Clockwork Soul, which is your origin is tied to the clockwork plane of Mechanus, which is like a plane of perfect order. It's made out of like these perfect gears that all click. It's like if a clock was a whole dimension. There's the Divine Soul, which is kind of like angels and deities are your bloodline. And then there's Shadow, which is like darkness. Oh, and also there's Storm, which is like storms. Yeah. The power of nature. So wild magic, draconic, divine, shadow, storm, aberrant, clockwork.
So I'm kind of thinking Divine Soul because I'm picturing this like super tall, hoity-toity sorcerer elf as a good complement to Jeff's Kitty Bandit.
Yeah.
Kitty Bandit. Yes.
And
there's our new girl band.
It looks like they can cure also, so that's cool. That'll
be useful.
That'll be useful for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I'm getting my ass kicked all the time. I'm down to 6 health. Unless the cave is healing me right now.
You have to spend time healing before the cave will heal you. So now, do you want a crossbow or like a melee weapon?
I'm thinking crossbow.
Okay, so you got a crossbow. I think elves also can use like elvish longbows, so I think you can get both of those. Then
so you can go full Orlando Bloom or whoever Legolas was.
Yeah. I don't know. Should we pick spells offline or online?
Let's do it.
It'll take a bit longer.
I'm enjoying this. This is like me listening to my new favorite podcast, but I get to also talk.
Jeff's furious. Okay, so it's funny to imagine.
One day, Kevin, I'll get you for this.
It's funny.
You're like the new Aaron McGaffey if that happens.
Okay, so now you get 4 cantrips. Your cantrips are Acid Splash, Blade Ward. Okay, so I'll explain these. Acid Splash, you just splash a little acid, does damage. Blade Ward is like a defensive, kind of like a shield. It's like a weak shield. Chill Touch is like ice damage. Dancing Lights make floating lights that you can kind of control. It's good for like a torch or something. Firebolt shoots a little blast of fire. Friends makes people a little nicer to you. Light makes something glow. Mage Hand is like minor telekinesis. Mending fixes a small object. Like if you crack a nut, you can use like mending to fix the walnut or something. Message lets you point and like telekinetically put a short message into someone's mind. Like hey, what's up? Minor Illusion makes a small picture like that's 5 feet or smaller, and it doesn't move or look like it's just a very small, I don't know, like you can make a sign that says go left or something like that. Poison Spray, that's the spell that Big Copper was using, does poison damage. Prestidigitation is kind of like, it's like a bunch of random little tricks. Like you can make meat taste better, or you can make a foul odor, or you could clean like dirty clothes with a flick of your wrist. Does stuff like that. Ray of Frost, ice damage. Dan used that spell. Shocking Grasp, lightning damage. And then True Strike makes it so the next time you attack, you can hit more accurately. So 4 of those.
I think I got to have Firebolt for sure.
Yep, Firebolt's solid.
I'm thinking, even though this is kind of a lame power, Friends might be useful too, because if I'm trying to me and Fuzzy Knuckles are trying to charm our way into something. He's already pretty charming. I could maybe, help talk our way into situations.
Thank you, Kevin.
Ray of Frost sounds good too, or is that too much of a duplicate of Firebolt then?
Ray of Frost is good. I would say you could go one more damage spell, and you probably don't need 3 damage spells, but 2 is fine.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want Firebolt, Ray of Frost, Friends, and then something like Message, Mage Hand, Minor Illusion, Prestidigitation, probably one of those would be useful.
I'm gonna say Mage Hand.
Okay, classic. All right, now we got 3 spells. So let's see. We get to pick 2 first level spells and 1. Oh, I guess right now you just get to pick 3 first level spells. Okay, so just fuck shit. Okay, got it. All right, so the spells are Burning Hands. That's like a cone of fire. Charm Person, yeah. Chromatic Orb. That does a lot of damage, but it costs money to use. So I don't know. It's a pretty powerful spell, but like I said, costs money. Color Spray, which is like a stun kind of spell. Comprehend Languages, lets you speak any language. Detect Magic, lets you detect magic. Like if there's a door that you're like, oh, I wonder if there's a spell on this door. You can see like, oh, there is a spell and it's a trap or something like that. Disguise Self is like a minor disguise kind of magic. Expeditious Retreat lets you run fast, so it kind of like doubles your speed. False Life, not very useful. Let's just skip that. Feather Fall, fall slower. Falling damage negated. Fog Cloud is kind of like a smoke bomb, makes it harder for people to see. Jump makes jumping better. Mage Armor, you get like magical armor. Magic Missile, I don't think it ever misses. It does 3d4 plus 3 damage, I believe. Ray of Sickness kind of like weakens someone, so they're less capable of like taking actions because they're like feeling gross. Shield makes it's kind of like mage armor, but instead of armor, it's a shield. Silent Image is like a more powerful illusion. It can't make noise, but it can move. Sleep puts so it doesn't work on way stronger creatures, but it can put multiple creatures to sleep. Thunder Wave is like it's like a blast of thunder that knocks enemies back. And then Witch Bolt is, I think it deals damage, but it either deals damage a second time or it curses them. Let me see. Any of those, so you get 3 of those if any of those are speaking to you. And I can, go through any of them again.
Just off the top of my head, I'm thinking Detect Magic sounds really handy.
Sure.
Magic Missile sounds awesome.
Sure.
And then maybe rounding up with Shield.
Okay. Detect Magic, Magic Missile, Shield.
That sounds pretty solid.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything obvious that I'm missing here. No, those are great. Okay, cool.
That happens. Does it count if I just say it because I want to have a drink?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That happens.
You said the thing. Everybody drink. And then you get Font of Magic. What's Font of Magic do?
Font of Magic is you can add serifs to any capital letters. That's stupid.
You could change the spells in your book.
Can I tell a joke? Can I tell a quick joke that somebody told me?
Please do.
I've gotten myself drunk. A doctor says to his patient, "Okay, Dave, try not to get an erection during this prostate exam." And the patient says, "My name is Steve." And the doctor says, "I know. My name is Dave."
I like that. Oh, someone in the chat posted the joke you were thinking of, and it's like, what's red and tastes like blue paint, and it's red paint or whatever.
Or smells like red paint. What's red and smells like blue paint? Red paint.
Oh, I thought the joke is that you're drinking the paint. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are all the decision points. We got to roll your stats, though.
Yeah. Right? You got dice, Kevin?
Yeah, you're gonna need some dice.
I can for next time, though.
Yeah, I'll roll this time. What did we do, Jeff? It was 4 reroll 1s, drop the lowest, right?
Fuck it, I don't know. Yes. Okay. That sounds exactly right.
Okay.
I have no idea what that even meant. That happens.
Okay, I mean, come on. That happens. Everybody drink. Okay.
I hope that people are being honest out there in podcast land and actually drinking every time we say it. That happens.
Now that could be fun if we like give someone some sort of poisoning. So I got a 13. I got a 15. I got...
I think you should have been a high elf, but also had acid splash. You know, if I can...
17. I think on Harmon Quest, people would make that joke. The acid splash. 17.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, these are so far good rolls. 12.
This is podcast dynamite. Here, look, come to That Happens. Drink.
Jeez,
Listen to a man roll dice.
How did your illicit night go with that lady? Good?
Oh God, I woke up this morning and she gave me the biz again, and then I had to go play bad golf, and I was a little weak in the knees. I got to tell you.
Wow.
I do feel like, because I've had so little physical exercise during this pandemic, that a night of getting it on, I was like, oh, like I might have an ab tomorrow. There's a lot of. I think I got my core work in for the for the next few days.
I think it's a lot of muscles that don't really get much, use.
Yeah.
Unless you get it's really strenuous and you're boning down, but
it really gives the lateral obliques a little attention.
Yeah, that's what you get from That Happens is sex talk and rolling up D&D characters.
Because that's what, as Tone Loc said, that's what happened when bodies start slapping from doing the wild thing.
Funky Cold Medina.
Is that him? Twice on that one. I think I said it twice.
Yeah. So your stats are 13, 15, 17, 17, 12, and 12. And as a high elf, you get a bonus to dexterity and a bonus to intelligence. So charisma's your highest stat. That's like what makes your spells the most potent. So you probably want charisma to be pretty high. And what else? Dexterity is an important stat because that's how you aim your spells. Then, and also if you're using a bow, that's dexterity too. And what else? So how do you want to allocate your stats? You got two 17s. So do you want to put those both in dex and wisdom or charisma?
Charisma.
Yeah, I would say that makes the most sense.
Okay, so then your next highest is 15. So the remaining stats are strength, constitution, wisdom, and intelligence.
Which are the secondary key ones for me as a sorcerer then?
Well, dex and charisma are your highest.
Right.
The rest of them are kind of just like what you want to be good at. The only thing I will say is that constitution is what determines your bonus hit points. So the higher your constitution is, the more hit points you're going to have.
Okay. So what do wisdom and intelligence do for me then?
Wisdom is your ability to assess people and also to know certain situations. Let me see if I can pull up. It's like wisdom and intelligence are both mental stats. Wisdom mostly deals with perception, and then intelligence is more like skills. So okay, so just looking at the skills, you got animal handling is wisdom, arcana, which is like magic knowledge, is intelligence, history is an intelligence, insight, which is knowing if people are lying to you, is wisdom, investigation, which is searching, is intelligence, wisdom, or medicine is wisdom, knowledge of nature is intelligence, perception is wisdom, knowledge of religion is intelligence, survival is wisdom. Survival is like knowing how to live in the woods and shit. Oh, we also got to pick your skills. But
so
yeah.
I've got two 15s and two 12s left to pick, right?
You got a 15, a 13, and two 12s.
15, a 13, and two 12s. I'm going to say... Boy. Would you say 15 for... Boy, I don't know. What do you suggest here?
I'd go wisdom. No?
That's what I was thinking.
15 wisdom. I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you got a 13, so that's strength, intelligence, or constitution.
I'd do 13 for Constitution, and then the other 2 for the 12s.
Okay, that's great. And then I forgot you got to choose your skills. Okay, so you choose 2 skills.
That happens. That happens.
I think Jeff's drunk.
I'm trying to get there.
Okay, so 2 skills: Arcana,
If you
Deception.
guys are just going to roll dice and talk about stats like a bunch of nerds, I'm going to get over here and get my drink on.
I did offer to do this offline.
No, I'm fucking fascinated. I believe me. I don't care if we've lost viewers off of this one. This is making me very happy.
And we have. I can almost guarantee it. Okay, so choose 2 skills from Arcana, Deception, Insight, Intimidation, Persuasion, and Religion. These aren't as important.
I mean, Insight and Deception kind of stood out to me, I think.
I like those.
Okay.
And then I feel like there might be. I'm not seeing. Oh, shit. And we got to pick your background. Okay, so Insight and Deception. I like those. Those are good with your wisdom, too.
I'm going to say Filipino.
Yeah. Tagalog or Tagalog.
You guys know I just had my chimney replaced, and I asked the guy how much it costs. He said, "Don't worry, it's on the house."
Damn. I got to get that guy.
Yeah, see, I can fill time, you guys. I've got stupid shit for fucking days.
My man has jokes.
In my notes, I have a jokes in notes. Here's one. I don't even know what the punchline was. I don't know why I wrote this down. What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball? ? I don't know the punchline. I'm assuming it's like a blowjob joke. I don't know. I don't know. If anybody can fill me in on what the rest of that joke is. It's a good skill for if you want to have some fighting skills, Kevin. You can, as a sorcerer, you can know. You can be adept at Mexican judo. Do you know what Mexican judo is?
What's that?
You don't know if I got a knife. You don't know if I got a gun. You don't know if I got my homies outside.
Oh, man.
Pretty good spell. I think it deals 2d6 plus 1d4.
I just got an email that we're canceled.
Cancel Jeff Davis.
Cancel Jeff. There's this TikTok account that's trying to cancel Bo Burnham.
Don't cancel that happen.
No, you can't. You can't. Okay, so from backgrounds, this is like your character's backstory. You might want to think about this, but to pick a background, you got acolyte, which is like, you work in the church. Charlatan is like I don't know, like a carouser and somewhat of a con artist. Like a salesperson. Criminal background, you were in trouble with the law. Entertainer. Folk hero, like maybe you saved the day and people are like, holy shit. Guild artisan, which means you worked at a guild of some sort. Hermit, hermit. Noble, you're a member of nobility. Outlander is you live in kind of the sticks and know how to live in the wilderness. Sailor, that's what Jeff is. Soldier, you worked in the military in some capacity. Urchin. Oh, and there's also sage. Sage is like, you learn. You're like not a student, but you're a learned person.
And urchin. People burn you after a bad party to kind of clean out the vibes.
There's a Palo Santo background.
Apollo Shore. Polly Shore.
Apollo 13. Apollo Shore 13.
Apollo Creed.
You got a preference there?
I'm thinking noble.
Okay.
Again, just sort of as a good counter to, Jeff's character of maybe being able to unlock some doors by presenting an image kind of thing.
Yeah, so as a noble, it says you get skill proficiencies in history and persuasion. And you also have this feature called privilege, which that's funny. So you got privilege.
You have to be a white male elf.
That could be good. All right. Well, that about does it. I think there's some background stuff that we can think of, and maybe, over the next week we think about your backstory or whatever. Jeff's backstory is he was like a campaigner.
We can sort out the details, and we can, and when we next meet at with the Happuccinos, we can present. Like Kevin, you'll get to think up a name and all of your backstory and all that jazz, and we'll have a little coming out party for you as next we meet.
I can't wait.
And if you have any questions, you can always text me, and we can shoot ideas off of each other or whatever.
All right. Thanks for sticking around for. I thought it was fascinating. I hope we didn't bore everyone to pieces. I want to announce this as a proper cliffhanger. Thank you, Kevin Day. Thank you, Spencer Crittenden. I've been your Jeff Davis. Spencer, you got anything to plug?
Follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to get to 1,000 TikTok followers, because once I get to 1,000, then I can go live with my friend Dave Horwitz. Dave, he's been going live on TikTok, and I want to talk to him on live, but you can't do that until you get 1,000 followers. So
what do you do on TikTok? I'm just so old. What is a TikTok, and how do you tick it, and how do you talk it, and what's the point?
You pretend to be young is kind of the thing. You engage in memes, and you take you do bad jokes, and you kind of just follow. It's like a peer pressure kind of app where you just do what the masses are doing without much thought. I was thinking maybe I'll just take my friend Abby, the porn star. I was thinking maybe I'll take some videos of her and then just make it ambiguous that it's not me, and people will be like, oh man, like this is a hot lady, gotta follow her. And then it's just me. Okay. So that's something you could do on TikTok, is catfish people. We'll see how that goes.
And as always, you can check out my Patreon, Storytime with Jeff B. Davis. We love you, Happuccinos. Kevin, you want any parting thoughts for you?
Up next, we've got Dave Hartman's Draw With Me, and then Found Crap if you're watching this live on Schwab Home Video. And if you're not, check us out next Sunday and watch all this live.
In Dave Hartman's garage, I got sprayed up with fake blood when I was eaten by a vampire. Mm-hmm. And his wife had mixed the fake blood with hot chocolate powder to make it taste good, because it was going to go in my mouth and up my nose. So for 3 days after that, I was sneezing up and swallowing delicious red hot chocolate. It was in my sinuses forever. So I thank you for that, Dave. I hope he's doing very well. I'm going to sign off because my drinking has only just begun. Cheers, all. Yeah.
Scarpins Avenue.